with the Vineland Egg Harbor game. The players are going out to the center of the field for the second half decision on the ball. The score is 8-6 with Egg Harbor scoring in the first quarter, getting a 2-point conversion. Vineland scoring with 1:42 left in the second quarter and missing the 2-point conversion. It has been a good football game.
Smash mouth football, John.
Yeah.
Straight ahead football, pretty much what we expected. Two offenses with decent running games, lines pretty evenly matched. Defense is tough, spearheaded by linebackers that are exceptional in the league. Quarterbacks that are functional and have done a nice job, but passing games that are a little subpar.
Yeah.
So had a little bit of everything and some surprises. And the big surprise, of course, was Jamar Bird coming back and being as healthy and as quick and as talented as he is, and having that long run, John, to get Vineland back into this game. Captains for the second half for Vineland were Morgan, Bassetti, and Caccaro.
Vineland will receive, Charlie, and they're going to go from our right to our left. As we're looking down on the screen, they'll be coming from the right to the left, and they will receive it. It's always good to receive the ball, Charlie, the second half. I saw a statistic by Bub Wilkinson once who said every time he received the ball in the second half, he won 80% of the games. And 80% of games in football is a pretty good winning percentage.
John, let me pick your brain a little bit. You're a coach right now. You're behind 8-6. And with the play of the Vineland team in the first half, what did you say in the first half to culminate their performance? Did you dwell on the penalties?
Absolutely.
And that was the key point, you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think that's the point also, that they did fairly well and just shot themselves in the foot. Number 3 for Egg Harbor will kick off. That's Howard Collette.
There's a point of being cocky and there's a point of being stupid. And you can't hit a guy out of bounds, and that was a big play.
Kick coming down to Jamar Bird at around his own 10-yard line. Test the right-hand side.
He's going to get outside. To the right. He's trying to. Oh, good. I tell you what, that's pretty good coverage.
Covered well by Egg Harbor, where Vineland will take over on their own 21-yard line. Here as we start the third quarter.
When you keep your lanes, one of the things about football, especially high school football, Keith would always, my coaching staff, I couldn't watch the specialty teams. You practice so hard all week and you can lose a game in 10 seconds on the specialty teams.
John Winchester brings his team up. Brown, Bird, and Cobb in the backfield. Off left tackle is Jamar Bird, showing his nice cutback ability, picking up a nice 6 or 7 yards, bringing up a second and third. Bringing the ball all the way up to the 29-yard line, John.
There's nothing wrong with our offense tonight. I mean, we've moved the ball up and down the field very well until we shoot ourselves in the foot with a penalty. So I don't think Coach Buffy has to worry about his offense. Just, keep it calm.
John Winchester doing a nice job at quarterback this evening.
Yep.
Quick pitch to Brown, who tries the right side.
That's pretty good coverage.
Just about short of the first down, I think.
Egg Harbor made a nice.
But he'll be close. May ask for a measurement.
He's short, Charlie.
Looks like about third and let's call it a foot, John.
Yeah, they're going to ask for a measurement.
No, John. Go ahead, take it there.
Tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. By Landmark Building and Development Company, 2140 Civil War Road, building a quality tradition, and by Brian Romana at Bob Novick Automall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian at 451-0095. And thanks again to the sponsors. VPS 13 appreciates your sponsorship.
John, that measurement indicated the referees had said that it's come up just a little bit short. So Vineland will come up to the line with a third in inches, about a foot.
I would say right now in this formation, child, guessing, It's a quarterback sneak.
We have trips to the left-hand side, single setback.
Yeah, Joe.
It's the 32-yard line. John Winchester at quarterback, and this is the sneak.
Yeah, that's an old trick by coaches do. You know, they're going to spread you out, and you have to cover it. If you don't cover it, it's a gimme. But usually you'll get spread out pretty far and have a quarterback sneak, and that's exactly what Winchester did for a first down.
1st and 10 for Vineland from their own 33-yard line. Egg Harbor ahead 8-6 as we've just begun the third quarter. From the wing tee, a fake and a handoff to the first man through, breaks several tackles, and it takes the safety to bring him down. Nice, powerful, strong run there by Breon Cobb as he gets into Egg Harbor Township and is finally tackled around the 48-yard line. A strong run, John.
Yes.
Good fake by the quarterback.
Yep. Fake the pitch, which they've been doing all day. They've been throwing a pitch. That means the linebackers are bailing out of there as soon as they see that chance of a wide run.
1st and 10 for Vineland from the 48.
They're going to come back wide again. Oh, great play. Number 4. Oh, excellent play there.
Well, number 4 is a part of that tandem we've called just about every play, either offensive or defense for Egg Harbor. That was Jeremiah Santiago. Jeremiah Santiago, excellent player. At 5'9", seems diminutive, but at 215, he's extremely strong and powerful.
We see some linebacker play tonight.
Yeah, on both sides. I hope you folks are getting the gist of what we're saying. There's 4 excellent athletes on this field, amongst the others, but Jeremiah Santiago, Pierre Reed, Christian Guadalupe, and Morgan are just excellent players. Here's Brown around the right-hand side who crashes through the line. And an excellent run, almost gets it to the first down.
He might have it, Charlie.
He's close, John, around the 39-yard line.
Got a great spot.
I'm going to take a guess and say he's just a little bit short, John.
That was a great spot.
Well, that was a nice run off the right-hand side. And following the blocking on the right side, that would be Joe Bassetti, the center, 55. It's either Guadalupe right now playing there or Torres, John. You're going to help me spot that if you would on the right guard position.
It's Christian's there.
And the right tackle, Ryan D. Donato, doing a nice job leading that. I like what's happening right now with the offense, John. They're fairly successful with the sweeps, and where they fake that, they're softening up the middle with the strong running of Breon Cobb. No passes yet here in the second half.
Take your time, get the first down.
And they did come up just short of the first down. 3rd and inches.
A 3rd down and 1 for Vineland.
From the 39-yard line of Egg Harbor. Vineland driving here in the third quarter, down 8-6.
I would say we go off Christian, right off the right side.
Winchester in the Delaware wing tee. Wide out to the right-hand side. Takes the snap, and again, quarterback sneak. He's hit almost immediately, but I think that forward thrust got him the first down, John.
He got the first. They went right off the tandem of the guards in the center. It's the safest play in football.
John Winchester is the senior at 5'11", 185. Pretty nice size. And I think having his best game of the year, John.
Talk about a miraculous recovery. You know, as you remember, Charlie, I don't know if you were at the game where he was carried off the field. He has worked, and John said to me in school, he said, there's no way I'm not playing.
And he was doubtful for tonight, and as a matter of fact, he did not start. Vince Wilson did, but John's done a very nice job. That brings up a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Egg Harbor. Handoff to the first back through. That's Cobb, who picks up Walt Brown, who picks up 5 yards on that first carry. And as Coach Parentazzi has said, you pick up 5 yards on that first carry, you've got a lot of options.
Definitely.
And you dictate and you call the play. Like what we see on the offensive side here, John, in the second half.
Yeah, Scher's in the game. He gives us a big blocking back. He just reported it.
2nd and about 6 from the 34-yard line of Egg Harbor. Vineland driving.
He's got the ball.
Hand off from the second back through.
That's Scher.
And that's a name that if you've been a fan of Vineland football for some time, will recognize the name of Shearer. Busting through for 1 or 2 yards.
And he's gone out, and Cobb is back in.
3rd down and 4.
36.
Sean Shearer
Yeah.
is number 36. He's a senior. He's 5'6", but 230. So that's rather impressive for size.
Well,
Third and about 4 to go from the 33-yard line. Vineland driving. John Winchester, the quarterback. Handoff to the first back through off the right-hand side. Cobb tries the right guard position, but stopped almost immediately.
Okay.
Maybe picked up a yard.
Coach called timeout. You believe we're going to be under in the 6 minute? Violence held the ball for almost half.
There have been no penalties. There have been no passing plays. Everything's on the ground. A very quick-moving third quarter. There's 7 minutes and 5 seconds left. Vineland's losing 8-6, but with a nice drive, John, a fourth and rather significant 2.5 yards to go.
I thought
Winchester doesn't like to play and calls it timeout.
Called that timeout. You can't not be set on this. They were not very well set, and he saw that. And this is a big play.
Yeah, it may not come again. This is a very significant drive here.
You got to have
Coach Belfi is on the field. What goes on here, John? What is he saying to his players?
Okay, he's got a play in mind, and he's talking to the men at the point of attack. And he's telling them at the point of attack that we must get 3 yards, and that's who he's talking to. Point of attack, don't jump off, don't panic, be calm.
So he's done this play many times in practice, and he's trying to reinforce the positives.
Absolutely.
You make it possible to get this all-important first down.
And, you don't want anything, especially the line. You don't want to go on a count that you're not ready for. You tell them to count. We're going on to first down. Usually you'll get them off so that there's no motion.
So he wants a nice disciplined push.
Yep.
Here is Winchester from
How quick was that count?
Here is that fake pitch again, and
They
it was
didn't
a
make it.
successful play last time,
They
John.
didn't make it, Charlie.
After
The
fake
angle
pitch,
that
they
we're
get-
looking at, I don't think he made it.
After that fake pitch, they tried Cobb again up the middle.
Oh, he got a good spot, though, but I still think he's short. I think he's a little short, yeah. But did you notice what I said, Charlie, how quick they went on the count?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you tell your linemen. We're going to go on the first sound, so there's no question.
Yeah. So, on a rather significant defensive stop by Egg Harbor, Vineland had driven
Coach asked for a measurement.
extremely well down the field and was threatening, but
This is that new rule, Charlie, I
Came up a
told you
little
about. You can demand a measurement, whether the referee's not. The guy was right. A lot shorter than I thought, though.
about a half foot.
Yeah, I know it was more than that. Whew. I like that new rule. I like the rule that the coach can ask.
I'll tell you, these officials have been busy tonight. If not throwing flags, they've had several measurements that were very close. And it seems to be that they're doing a pretty nice job out there.
6:52, John. We held the ball for that half of that quarter.
29-yard line. Egg Harbor on their own side. 1st and 10 handoff to Reed on the right-hand side.
Oh boy.
Cacaro, Morgan, and a couple of other players. There's that number 69 again, Nick Costin, who finally would make the play, but not until
What a push that was.
Egg Harbor picks up 8 yards on that play, John, on the first down, making it
Great
2nd and
push.
2.
See, that's impressing me right now when you get a push like that, especially against our linebackers in line. You get 8 yards on a carry on our line. Because our kids are tough up front.
37-yard
Here
line,
they
2nd
come.
down. Handoff to number 6. That's Reed off the left side that time.
Guess
getting
who?
the first down.
Guess who? Mr. Morgan was right there.
Pick up of about 5, getting them a first down.
Ooh, somebody's hurt. Is that the quarterback?
I don't know, but it looks like a lower leg injury.
Yeah, and it's a single-digit number. I can't see. Is that 6? Charlie,
There are
give it
2
to you.
players, number 4 Santiago and number 6 Reed, who are their best players, their most significant players. And it is number 6. It is
Ooh.
Pierre Reed, who is not only one of their running backs, but also one of their linebackers. And he does not look like he's going to be back into this game very quickly. Can't put pressure on the left foot. And we certainly hope the young man is all right, but it is a rather significant advantage to this point for Vineland. Ooh, with Pierre Reed out of the ball game. Both offensives, John, coming out here and impressive, moving the ball rather well.
42.
Egg Harbor right now at their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. There's a handoff to Santiago.
Great job. Guess who? Guess who, Charlie?
Jeff Morgan. Shot the gap.
Let me tell you who set him up, though. Christian Guadalupe set him up. It was a great setup. He
Here's
shot
the
the
first
hole.
replay of the second half, John, and we'll watch Jeff Morgan shoot that gap.
There's Christian setting him up, and here comes Jeffrey. So you have a great tandem there. You have a linebacker that sets him up, and a linebacker that finishes him. That's pretty good tandem.
Nice team play on that. Very nice. I think the other significant thing here is with Pierre Reed out of the game, the linebackers can key on Santiago. They're not a very good passing game. And that is Santiago again, who slips and falls on John, what I thought was a very slippery, difficult field this evening.
So here's a new number I just saw.
By Steve Elite. There's an update on the Holy Spirit score
Jeremy Morgan.
in the third period.
He's in the secondary with Bruce Bartley now. They changed up a little in the secondary.
Jeremy Morgan, who is the brother of Jeff, who plays a corner, is now in the game, and he is number 5. We'll call his number a couple more times, I'm sure, this game. So with 3rd and around 15 to go, Vineland can take a chance here, John, and maybe
they're coming.
Make a change.
Oh, they're coming.
in the momentum of this game. And it certainly has, and you can feel it. With Reed out of the game, you can feel the momentum change to the Vineland defense. 3rd and 15 at the 37-yard line, Egg Harbor. Quarterback rolls out to his left, passes to the left-hand side. It's deflected and picked off. Down the right-hand side, it is Morgan.
Oh, what a great
Jeremy
play.
Morgan, who we said we'd probably call his number, picks the ball off and goes out of bounds at around the 25. Here's a replay, John.
Jeremy Morgan.
That was hit a couple of times. I'm not sure the offensive player didn't get a piece of it, too.
Back
I'm
inside
sure the truck will have it here in a moment.
Hit. It was hit twice. That's pretty good concentration. Very good.
Going out around the 27-yard line is Jeremy Morgan after picking the ball off, bringing it up about 20, 25 yards. So Vineland's best chance here in the second half at around the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff off the left-hand side and met almost immediately. I believe that was...
Number 3 has replaced Reed at the linebacker, Charlie. Who's that for Egg Harbor? Number 3.
Number 3 is Howard Collette.
Yeah, he's in the linebacker now in place of Reed.
I believe that was Jamar Bird on the carry.
No gain on that play, makes a
Mistake, that was Breon Cobb, number 2, who brings it back to just around the line of scrimmage. Let's set the table for you, folks. It's 3rd quarter. It's moving very quickly. There's 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Egg Harbor leads 8-6. Vineland has the ball after intercepting the ball at the Egg Harbor 27-yard line. 2nd and 10. Fake to the handoff, a little pass.
Oh, that's
flat.
That's back. Oh, he's got a shot to go outside. Oh, thought he was going to take it to the other side. That's a lateral, Charlie. It's not a pass.
And anytime that happens where it's not completed, that ball is free, as it was. But Jamar Bird very wisely picked the ball off, and as John mentioned, with his quickness and his ability to deep players out, looked like he might have gone outside, but cut it back inside. And lost a few yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and 15, now at the 33-yard line. John, unfortunately, it's kind of the scenario we saw in the first half where Vineland had a great opportunity, but through their own fault have been pushed backwards. In any case, this is 3rd and 15 from that 33-yard line.
Brown right. Oh, that's 6. Oh, I thought he was open.
John Winchester rolling out to his left-hand side. Had Maldonado apparently open for a moment down the right-hand side, and it looked like there might have been a hand just to deflect that ball. But he had enough time, and Maldonado looked like he might have had some space to catch that ball.
Winchester's thrown the ball well. I mean, he's leading the receiver. He's not underthrowing, which is the worst thing you can do.
I think we both kind of got faked out on that play, thinking that they were going to go to the strong side, but Winchester elected to roll out to the weak side and got off a pretty nice pass, John.
Yeah. I would assume here that either we're going to go wide right or we're going to screen it, John. It's been our most successful play.
It is a significant play, though. It's 4th and 4 at the 33-yard line of Egg Harbor.
14.
4th and 14.
There's the screen.
Walt Brown takes the ball to around the 25-yard line, falls forward, and lands about the 21-yard line.
Yeah.
There's a replay, John.
There's the screen. That's been a bread and butter play. I mean, it's really set up well.
Eagles take over 1st and 10.
There's that kid that came in for Reed. Collette made it. I see Reed. He seems to be all right on the sideline. I think he's back
got
in
a
the game.
significant amount of that yardage back, but not enough to get the first down. And
I think Reed's
unfortunately,
back in the game, Charlie.
Vineland's had a couple of nice pushes into Egg Harbor territory, but turns the ball over again.
Yeah.
And so the Egg Harbor takes over at their own 22-yard line.
Here comes Reed. Oh, what a block he just put on the corner. I'll tell you, he's a football player.
That's the handoff to Jeremiah Santiago.
On the carry.
And on the first down, picks up a rather significant 7 yards.
What a lead blocker.
John, number 6, Pierre Reed, who was hurt on the preceding set of downs, is back in the game.
He's back in, and he just threw a key block on that run.
From the 28.
And that will bring up a second and around 4 yards from the 28-yard line of Egg Harbor. Quarterback Nick Borden takes the snap, hands off to number 6. That is Pierre Reed, who has to beat one more man. That's
Morgan's got it.
Cacaro.
Morgan's got
Morgan
it.
on the angle.
What a great job. What a great, not a great job. They made a long run, but what a great job on the angle.
Actually, John, it was Bruce Bartley who caught off from him from behind, but what we were looking at was Jeff Morgan's angle.
What a great angle. Now there's a linebacker that never quit.
Here comes that play again.
There he is, inside. Watch him. There he goes. That's football. Never quitting. I'm sure Coach don't like to run.
And that was number 6, Pierre Reed, who's gone in after apparently spraining his ankle. Here's the handoff from Borden to Santiago off the right-hand side. Good, strong.
That's another run. Charlie, that's 5 yards. You don't even realize it. Maybe more.
You can see why these two have been so successful, John. Very strong runners, picking up 5 yards again on a first down.
This is a big series now for Vineland.
To the 15-yard line.
Because if they score and get an extra point, that's 15. We need 2 scores to win. Right now,
from the 15-yard line, it's 2nd and 5, John. Borden hands off to the first back.
Great
That's
job.
Pierre Reed.
Good job inside. Well done.
Pierre Reed to the carry.
Stopped immediately at the
72. Is that the big Parecka kid? What a job he just did in there. Yeah, he's coming out, I think, now, isn't he? Is that Parecka?
No gain on that play.
10th grader.
3rd down and 5 at the 15.
Good job. Boy, he met the ball carrier right in the hole. That's terrible to show us the food. Look what they're doing to us, Charlie. They're teasing us.
Chicken and ribs. My favorite.
All right, take that off.
3rd and 5 from the 15. Vineland needs to stop Egg Harbor here. Nick Borden hands off to the second man around. That's Santiago. Quick, smart, and into the end zone.
Great play.
For a score for Egg Harbor.
At the 32-second mark.
So with 32 seconds left in the third quarter,
32, Santiago on the right
the other
side.
partner.
He came from the 16-yard line. 16-yard run at the 32-second mark, so they got 6. Yeah, it looks like they're going for 2, child. They must not have a kicker. This does not make sense by doing this. 1 point puts you 2 scores. If they miss this, Vineland can tie it up with a score and 2 points. They must not have a kicker at all.
Nick Borden has Santiago and Reed behind him. Man in motion is Santiago. Rolls out to his right, passes left. Man is wide open. And as he's hit, completes the pass. There's no flags on the play.
2-yard pass. Who caught that? I got to see who caught that.
John, before we have that, we're going to have a replay here of the touchdown. As Santiago rolls right, dekes out one man, cuts back, eludes the tackle of Morgan, and falls into the end zone for a quarterback for a touchdown.
25, 2
and that was number 4, Santiago. That made the score 14-6, and the play you just saw, folks, was a 2-point conversion.
Number 25, Charlie, who is that?
Nick Borden, not known for his passing prowess, rolled out to his right but passed left, and number 25, Bo DeLauder. a 12th grader at 6 foot and 160. Made a nice catch as he went to his knees, picking up the 2-point conversion, making it 16-6 here in the third quarter with 32 seconds to play.
Now, what a quarter, right? 32 seconds to go. Each team's had the ball once. Is that control? Somebody's hollering at. I think it's the Egg Harbor coaching staff.
Oh, well, we're just above the Egg Harbor side, and there's a tremendous turnout tonight, as it is homecoming night for Egg Harbor. And John, we had a halftime show that we were both very much impressed with.
Oh, great band.
Not only was the Vineland band sounding great tonight and did a nice job, but the Egg Harbor band was exceptional, and I thought a really great show put on. And we didn't get the name of the band director, but apparently he's from Vineland. I wish we had that name. Really good show.
Hey, you know what? That band was a throwback, Charlie. A lot of kids in it. Oh, good catch.
Here's Bird taking the ball from his own 10-yard line. Nice move. Eludes 2, 3, 4 runners, and could have very easily been stopped at his own 20, but falls forward to around the 31-yard line.
Okay. Lots of time left, Charlie. Don't panic. You know, Egg Harbor's in a pretty good position, though, Charlie. Vineland has to score twice. Field goal, touchdown. That 2-point conversion was very big.
At the 31-yard line, Vineland with their back up against the wall, behind in the game, 16-6 with 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Running their Delaware T offense. Maldonado split out right. John Winchester at quarterback since the second series. Doing a fairly nice job. Winchester takes a snap, quick pitch to Brown around the right-hand side, fakes out one man.
Gets a couple, Charlie. It's been a bread and butter play for us tonight, that pitch on the right side. Jamar Bird scored on it. Brown's had a couple good runs. Walt Brown's coming out of the game now, Charlie. It's number 9, isn't it?
Brown on the carry, Burke with the tackle.
He is coming out of the game as well as number 20.
No, Winchester's just getting the play. Oh, it's a quarter. Okay.
That's the end
End of the third quarter.
Gentlemen, in your score,
I'd like to thank our sponsors again tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center. For quality financial products and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. Landmark Building Development Company, building a quality tradition, 2140 Civil War Road, 690-9199. By Brian Romana at Bob Novak Auto Mall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian at 451-0095. And thank you again for the sponsors and for letting VPS Channel 13 bring you these games.
You know, John, I'm always impressed by the effort by high school players, and I'm appreciative of it. And one player tonight, although not on the Vineland side, I thought Pierre Reed would be out for some time. But when that young man came back in the game, he seemed to turn everything right back into Egg Harbor's favor, where at one time we thought Vineland had a nice defensive stop and things were going their way. The boy comes up with a tremendous run and sets up the next score for Egg Harbor.
You notice Egg Harbor's coaches, though, are not taking any chances. They don't have him in on defense, Charlie. They have
Second and 9, John.
Collette is at the linebacker spot.
From about the 31-yard line, Winchester back to pass across the middle. Deflected.
Was he open? Who is that, 20? The wideout.
That was Maldonado, number 80.
Oh, was 80? Oh, was he open? Charlie, real quick, I'd like to thank the crew again. Julio Rosa, Ryan Gavigan, David Sanchez, crew chiefs, Justin Stumpful, Mickey Brandt, and our communications coordinator, John Sabrana. They've done a tremendous job in the truck tonight, and again with their equipment, their instant replays, do a great job for VPS 13. Thank you.
From the 31-yard line, it's 3rd and about 9 for Vineland, with a need to push the ball and get a score on the board. On the Delaware T, John Winchester, quick pitch to Jamar Bird on the outside.
Good cut.
Cuts back one man.
Gee, somebody stuck him. Boy, I thought he made a nice cut there. He was cut back to the inside. Jamar gives you that. Charlie, there was one great back. You asked me to go back. Kid I coached named Al Brown. Al Brown was probably the finest runner I can remember. But he had something I couldn't coach. He had that ability to see and make a cut. I think Jamar's got that. He made that good cut there. And whoever it was that tackled him had to make sure he got him because once he makes that cut, he's got a chance to go.
Vineland will need to punt with 4th and 5.
Guess who's deep,
At
Charlie?
their 36-yard line. Here's Rex Romano kicking off to Pierre Reed.
Oh, look out. Oh,
That ball might have touched him.
that's okay.
It might have been a free ball, but picked
yeah.
up by an Egg Harbor player.
Yeah. I thought we had a shot at it. That's the first mistakes Reed made all night, isn't it? That was not a good play to try to come up and catch that ball.
Little delay. I thought he could have caught the ball in the air, and that caused the fumble recovered by Egg Harbor. And they'll take over at their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Leading this game 16-6 with 11 minutes and 1 second to go in the third quarter. I don't know if you folks can hear this, but this Egg Harbor band is excited. They're motivated. And there's about 10 drummers down there. They're just beating the drum so hard I can't hear myself think. But they're good. They're really good. 1st and 10. Nick Borden hands off to Santiago, who tests the left-hand side and picks up about 4 yards. Santiago Reed, John. That's what it's all about for this team.
It's a two-man show, that's for sure. But give the offensive line a lot of credit. They have really blocked well. On the other hand, so have we. I mean, there's nothing wrong with our offense either. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot.
Penalties, exactly right.
But what a great job by Coach DeRosa's group. I mean, they block well.
From the 38-yard line on the Egg Harbor side, 2nd and 8. Borden fumbles the ball. Number 54 for Vineland's indicating it may be ours. It's Christian Guadalupe.
He's got that. Did you ever notice in college ball now? As soon as a loose ball, the whole team points the other way no matter whether they got it or not. That's a new coaching ploy. Just point.
Trying to influence the referees a little bit.
Point. Eventually we'll get one.
That brings up a 3rd and 6, let's call it, at the 39-yard line. Egg Harbor ahead in this game 16-6 in the third quarter with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Nick Borden, the quarterback. Man in motion is Reed. Handoff goes to Santiago.
Good job. Oh, Morgan. Oh, did he step in on the crossbuck. He didn't make the tackle, but boy, he sure slowed him up. I don't know if we can see that.
John, as hard as a tackle as that was, did you see how hard and how tenacious number 4 Santiago was?
I think Santiago's hurt. Watch Morgan come. Here he is. Man, did he stick him. And I think that's what hurt him.
Santiago slipping that tackle and twisting up to get maybe 2-3 more yards, bringing up a 4th and 3 for Egg Harbor.
Could be cramps. It could be a million things, Sally, out there tonight. But Morgan stuck him in the hole. He don't stick him in that hole, and he's got the first down.
It's the other half of that tandem of Pierre Reed and Christian.
Are they stretching his legs? I
Santiago.
can't see what the trainers are doing. Just a quick reminder, tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality finance products and top-notch performance right in your own backyard. By Landmark, building a development company, building a quality tradition. And by Brian Romano at Bob Novak Auto Mall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian 451-0095. With along the action, just to tell you that Egg Harbor scored in the first quarter with 1:24 to go. Reed on a 44-yard run. Santiago ran a 2-point conversion. Vineland came back in the second quarter off the right side. Jamal Bird went 70 yards to score. Vineland's 2-point was incomplete. Egg Harbor, keeping the ball for the second half of that third quarter, scored on a Santiago 16-yard run. and Borden to the Lauder for a 2-point conversion, and the score at this point is 18-6, and it looks like San Diego maybe has an ankle injury, and that again is a big loss. We thought Reed was hurt, and he came back. Let's see if the young man is able to come back for this game, but seems like he's a little more injured than. He's putting some pressure on it now. He's walking a little better.
Egg Harbor from their own 42-yard line elects to punt with 4th and 4. Back for Vineland is Maldonado. Kicker standing at his own 26-yard line. There's the snap. The left-handed punter gets it off. It's short. It's end over end.
Let it go. Let it go. Just get the ball. Just take the ball. Let's drive.
And down by the Egg Harbor player at the 31-yard line of Vineland. Vineland will take over. There's 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Vineland is trailing in this game to Egg Harbor on their homecoming evening, 16-6. And John, time is running out.
Well, you got plenty of time to drive. You need 2 scores at this point, so a field goal won't hurt. You know, and get the ball back. I think with Santiago out of the game, Vineland has a great advantage right now. I'm sure Collette is back and Reed is a linebacker.
Looks like Howard Collette's going to take his spot at linebacker.
Yeah, they don't even have Reed in their linebacker. They've taken him out also.
Winchester over center takes the snap.
Yeah.
Fake pitch, off to Cobb up the middle. Nice pickup on first down of about 8 yards.
Now there's the difference of the 2 linebackers not being in there. The linebacker made a good play but couldn't make the tackle. And we got, 7 yards on the first carry? Not bad.
Brings up a 2nd and 3 from around the 39-yard line.
Scher's back in the game, Charlie, at fullback.
Shearer, a very powerful young man at 230 pounds. As John mentioned, maybe the lead blocker on the play. Winchester over center, Delaware wing T, man out to the right. Winchester takes the snap.
Yep, he's
left to Shearer.
Oh, he got the first, Charlie, I'm sure.
Who's in specifically for that reason to get that first down, and off right guard picks up enough for the first down up to the 41-yard line.
Now, if you're Egg Harbor, you don't care if Vineland does this. If this takes them 5-6 minutes to score, you know they can't take the lead. So Vineland really has to be conscious now of the clock, too. It's going to be at the snap. You're going to be at in the 7 minutes. You know, you can drive the ball in, but you got to still be conscious of that clock now because you must get the ball at least another time.
First 2 plays have already sucked up a minute. So at the 41-yard line on the Vineland side, Vineland with 1st and 10. Winchester on a quick pitch to number 3. That's Jamar Bird, who cuts it outside. Meets the tackler head on, but is driven out at around the 44-yard line.
Short gain, Charlie. Maybe 2. Guess who's up and ready to come back in? Mr. Santiago just jumped off the bench, went to the coach, and said he's ready. He's right behind coach. I would say they would stay out until Vineland would drive a little closer.
7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Vineland losing 16-6 to Egg Harbor Township. John Winchester, the quarterback, at their own 44-yard line.
They're loaded right, Charlie. They're loaded right. Yep, there they come.
Quick pitch. And met very quickly by number 9 for a loss is Eugene Serrata, a senior at 5'7", 145.
Here comes Santiago, Charlie.
So they had a blitz on that play, John. So from the defensive end, defensive back position, Serrata made a nice play.
Oh, guess who's in? We got a new quarterback. This is the running quarterback, Charlie.
As John mentioned, Santiago is back in again with his partner Reed at the linebacker position.
Bruce Bartley's a quarterback. He's supposedly the running quarterback.
Bartley over center. Takes the snap.
Yeah, guess what he is?
Runs around the right-hand side. Lead blocker is Cobb.
And got it. Got the first.
Bruce Bartley, who on the defensive end has made a couple of very nice individual tackles, cut that back to get a first down for Vineland into Egg Harbor Township, down to around the 45-yard line. John, a crucial series. Vineland has to put some points on the board.
Yeah, we're going to be down at the 6-minute mark after this snap. Well, coach has done well. He had the skilled quarterback, passing quarterback, running quarterback.
Quick replay on this and back to the action. Here you see Bartley cutting it back inside.
Yeah.
Carries a young man for a nice...
Oh, great play there.
On this play, we have a counter play.
Oh, boy.
And which Bird
nice
tries
tackle.
to make something out of nothing, but there's a loss on the play of
That
about
was
4
a good
yards.
tackle. Boy, that young man stayed home. The defensive end really did a nice job. Is that 65 or 55? Great play by the defensive. Boy, you want your ends to stay home, and that's how they just hang in there until help comes.
Second and around 14 for Vineland from the 49-yard line of Egg Harbor.
Well,
back in the
looks
game.
Looks like we're loaded right, Charlie. Looks like we're coming right.
Back at quarterback is Winchester.
Yep, we're loaded right. Oh, jeez. Oh. That play looked bad from the start, Charlie. Something had to be wrong.
That was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Sean Bowman, number 21, was in motion, and there must have been at least one of two other players for Vineland also in motion. And that'll bring up a loss of 5 and a second and around 20 for first down.
Yeah.
The ball resting at around the 45-yard line. Vineland has to go to the 35 of Egg Harbor for a first down. Crucial set of downs here, and with only 5 minutes and 43 seconds left, down 16-6. Vineland can't afford too many more errors, John.
No. We're all right, though. You're in 3-down territory. The game, you're not going to punt.
Man in motion is Bird. Back to throw down the right-hand side and picked off. Number 19 for Egg Harbor picks it off. That was Ronnie Coons. Play was intended for number 19, Eon Alexander, the freshman we mentioned at 6'3", 185. He was in the vicinity, John, but nice play by Coons.
Yeah.
And Egg Harbor takes over at their own 28-yard line.
You see a lot of football, just like I have. What bothered me about our passing game is that our ends are always running. There's no hooks. There's no outs. And in this offense that we run, it's very tough to have a moving quarterback throw a hook. You know, you got to be set to throw a hook.
Egg Harbor quarterback Borden hands off to Reed.
That's a heck of a run. I don't know what he got. But he moved 2 different ways to get that, 2 yards?
I hope you can appreciate how quick of a runner he is.
Yeah.
Not just straight ahead, but you can see him move laterally at 5'9", 225.
Wow.
And even though he's rather diminutive, he is quick.
Oh.
As John mentioned, Jeremiah Santiago, who was hurt, looks to be back in the game. Let's check to see if he's back in the game. He is number 4. Santiago is back in.
They got their players back.
Second around 8. Handoff to Santiago, who cuts it outside and has 2 men to beat. That's number 23 and number 1. We have the angle and drives him out of bounds.
Yeah. Boy, are they quick.
And rather impressive. As I mentioned before, when Reed got hurt before, there seemed to be a swing of momentum to the Vineland side. And when he came back in the game, it seemed to kick it back to the Egg Harbor side. Same thing here with Santiago. It seemed to be an injury significant enough to keep him out for a long period of time. Back in the ball game, and John, what a run by that young man.
I told you, Charlie, I thought at halftime, the biggest impression I got from Egg Harbor, I did not realize they were that quick. Watching on film all week, I just didn't realize it.
From the 44 of the Vineland side, Bowman hands off to number 6. Who cuts it outside, straight arms the Vineland player, and carries him along until he breaks down to the 36-yard line.
Cool.
Strong, legs constantly moving, very impressive runners.
Is that one of our players? We have somebody down, Charlie, and I can't see. A referee stopped the clock. Yeah, he's calling the...
I'm impressed with the runners and their ability to cut it outside, John.
They're
trying to run off guard, and they see nothing there and very quickly cut it to the outside, and that was another play that was very indicative of the quickness of these 2 backs.
The young man's up. Who is it, Charlie?
81 for Vineland. That's number 81, Breon Cuff. Let's take a look at this, John. We've been
Yeah.
alerted to the fact that there might have been a face mask.
Well,
here.
he straight arms him. Watch the straight arm that he gives him. Yeah.
This is a nice cutback by the runner. Good pursuit. He's right into the face mask, John.
Yeah.
That's not just the straight arm. That's into the face mask where he's controlling that
Yeah.
player. It's second and about 1 from the 36-yard line of Vineland.
Oh, boy, did we overrun that one.
And off and strong running by Reed as he gets it down to around the 23-yard line of Vineland. Big hole that time on the right side.
Who's that, number 8? Yeah, that's number 8. That's the first time somebody else has carried the ball, but the other two guys.
They seem to like that side a lot, John.
Yeah.
We're not familiar with the players who are on the offensive line for that side.
And guess who
but
blocked
they're
for
rather
him?
significant for them.
Reed and Santiago blocked for number 8.
Yeah.
First and 10 for the Eagles at the 23.
Vineland defense has been on the field quite a bit. And with only 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go, need to make a big play here, losing 16-6. Ball resting at the 23-yard line.
We're
First
coming.
and 10 for Egg Harbor.
Both our linebackers are coming. Right in the
Handoff to
hole.
The first man through, that's Santiago. On first down, picks up around 5 yards.
Yeah.
Here, Reed on the carry.
John, I would think at this point Egg Harbor doesn't have to take any risks here.
No.
Doesn't have to pass the ball. Can pretty
And
much
this-
run the clock out if they have as much success here as they have.
Very good. At the snap of the ball, they'll be in the 2 minutes. And I think we have 2 timeouts left. We used one on a crucial 4th down when Coach called play, which was an excellent timeout at the time. But with 2 left, I would think,
John, what can a defense do at this point?
shoot gaps. You got to come. You got to penetrate. You got to get the ball. You got to get into their backfield before the handoff.
From the 18, second and about 5. Handoff to Santiago.
Now that's a good job. There's the difference. We're coming with all 9 guys on the line, and we're shooting gaps.
Can we afford to blitz with a couple of defensive backs?
From the corners. You don't want to come from the inside with them. You want to make sure that they don't get outside. Good timeout here with 2:32. And again, we want to thank our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products, top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. Landmark Building and Development Company, building a quality tradition, 2140 Civil War Road, 690-9199. And Brian Romano at Bob Novak Auto Mall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian 451-0095. Again, thank you to sponsors for letting VPS 13 bring you this game tonight. And I tell you, Charlie, this has been a game of just possessions. This is what, the 4th possession of this half, and we've got 2:32 to go. In a game where there's no passing, the clock doesn't stop. You know, the action keeps going, and it's 20 after 9, our time, regular time, and usually we're only in the 3rd quarter by now, and we started 20 minutes late with all the action that went on, and the halftime was like a half hour. And the game just has a flow to it.
And with their backs up against the wall, and Egg Harbor with the ball at the 18-yard line.
Oh.
Hands off to Santiago around the right side and bowls his way into the defensive backfield of Vineland, picking up another first down. And John, with that first down,
Yeah, that's crucial.
that could be coup de grace.
That's crucial. Now, Vineland has 1 timeout left. Oh, holding. Oh, that's a big call.
Against the Eagles.
Oh,
Got to push the Eagles
that
back.
changes it back again. Yeah, but still the time ran off, Charlie. That's still in favor of Egg Harbor. You know, you don't get... Well, there would be a new rule, wouldn't it? If there's a penalty, you get the time back?
That would be nice. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, because, you know, this time ran off. Plus, in high school, I don't know if you knew, Charlie, at the end of a penalty now, it used to be when I coached, the clock didn't start till the snap of the ball. Now you'll see the ref wind the clock up.
John, I would think
See
also...
the clock? See him? That's a complete new rule with the time. There's no stopping the clock on penalties now.
So the ball is resting at the 25-yard line. Vineland is trailing in this game 16-6. There's 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Egg Harbor in control, but they have a 3rd and 12 to go.
See, the ref knew. See, he knew the clock didn't start. They're going to take some time off that clock.
John, I would think even if they don't pick up the first down here, that they'll probably run a 4th down play.
Well,
try to take some more time off the clock.
I would say that Vineland will get the ball back with about, if they don't call a timeout, they'll get it back with about 1:30.
John, how do you score 2 touchdowns in, well, let's call it getting the ball back with about 2 minutes to go?
You got it. Bust a long one, onside kick.
It sure would be nice.
You got to get a long one.
We did see a long one tonight, but it was Jamar Bird, who on his return had an excellent run of approximately 73 yards to get us back in. I would think it would have to be a passing play that would get us back in.
Or screened. We've been very successful. If you notice, Charlie, they took time off the clock.
But, John, they have to stop him here. So 25-yard line of Vineland, Egg Harbor. And Bowman, the quarterback, takes the snap. Handoff to Santiago.
Okay, Vineland's got a timeout left, and they called it. That's it.
Nice tackle by 81, Leon Cuff.
We're out of timeouts, Charlie.
Out of timeouts, and brings up a 4th down for Egg Harbor. And as I mentioned before, John, I would think the best thing for Egg Harbor to do here is to run a play that runs off a significant amount of time and just leave Vineland with the ball with under 2 minutes to play.
Charlie, we got some time. Some of the things that happened to Vineland High this week. Great doubleheader win for our soccer team over Millville, the girls and the boys. Our tennis team is doing very well.
Yeah, but you're avoiding something else here. You see, you're talking about these other significant things. But I know of a 43-year teacher who also said that he was going to retire by the end of the year. And it's somebody that I know rather well, having taught with him for 34 years. And maybe, John, you'd like to confirm what the rumor has been.
After 42 years, I've put my papers in to retire from the Vineland Board of Education. I'm excited about it, Charlie, and then again a little sad also. It's been a great run. You know, our office has just been a tremendous place to work. You know, our families, we've seen them grow up together in different things, and I'm going to miss it. Oh, he's going to pass, Coach.
Pass the ball, and he has a man open and over his head with a
great catch.
Number 19. Oh, that is Ronnie Coons again, who we've called several times, John, on both ends of the ball. Makes a great catch at around the 4-yard line, and that deked us all out.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either.
How about that call?
Yeah,
that's a gutsy call.
Sure.
We talked about the.
They're going to show it, Charlie. He goes in, and he's going to. It's called a what you call an out, where he comes in and they throw to a spot on the outside. It's really a fade, what they call in passing terms today.
John, 4 yards to pay dirt. Egg Harbor takes the ball at the 4-yard line of Vineland. Here's a handoff to Reed, who cuts it back inside and picks up maybe a yard or two.
Yeah.
1 minute and 35 seconds left in the game, and after a spectacular first down by Egg Harbor, Vineland has it a very difficult situation.
Yeah, you don't want him to score here, and you know what? If you kneel down twice, the game's over.
Well, Egg Harbor is making Jason Karras a real seer, the sports writer for the Daily Journal. He had the pick at Egg Harbor 20, Vineland 6. And it's awfully close to that. From the 3-yard line, here's Egg Harbor. 2nd and goal, handoff to Santiago. Nice stop by the left-hand side.
Yeah, you got a little pride now. Vineland's got a little pride. They're not going to let him score. You know, they know the game's over. This probably is the last play of the game, and you just don't want him to score.
Well, pride, future consideration. You have both the coaches on the side. Basil and Ed Belfi exhorting their team on to make the stop.
Yeah.
It would be significant to do that at this point.
Absolutely. And this is it. This is the last play, Charlie. All you got to do is stop him.
John, from the 4-yard line, 3rd and goal with 25 seconds to go. Here's Egg Harbor. Hands the ball off to Santiago, who cuts it outside. Morgan had a hold of him but couldn't stop him as he falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Egg Harbor. Making the score 22-6 with 17 seconds left in the ball game.
I tell you, that kid's tough. He's tough as nails,
As we
Charlie.
mentioned, they like that left side. They've got a couple of kids who block significantly.
Well, it's
They're rather
Reed.
successful.
It's Reed and number 8. What blocks they put on the corner. And Morgan, I think, if you watch Jeffrey, he's a little disillusioned right now. He's played a heck of a game.
Looks like Egg Harbor's going to try their first point after touchdown. On the other score, they had 2
Who is it?
conversions.
31, Charlie, is attempting.
Number 31 will try the kick. That's Zach Calhoun, a junior at 5'5". Kick is up.
Guess
Kick
what?
is good.
They have a kicker. I guess that 2 points is a... okay, at the 17-second mark, with Santiago in from the 4-yard line. A run to the left, and the kick was by... what was his name, Charlie, young man? Calhoun, you said?
Yes, Zachary Calhoun. It doesn't give his weight, but he says he's 5'5" and a junior.
And 7 points. 16-23 to 6 with 17 seconds to go.
Well, how does he do it? Jason Karras said 20 to 6. The score is now 23 to 6 with 17 seconds.
Don't build him up now. Don't make him a soothsayer. He hasn't been right all year, so...
Well, I'll tell you what, I had great hopes tonight. I thought these teams were very evenly matched. And it has been, as we've said all game, a game of possession. And who had the less penalties and made the fewest mistakes.
Yes.
Vineland drove the ball, I thought, rather well on several series. Their defense looked very good on several series. But there were breakdowns and opportunities that Egg Harbor capitalized on. Egg Harbor on the last kickoff of the evening from their own 40.
Collette, he's kicked all night.
Oh, it's a squibbler.
Oh, and he's, okay. You taught to fall on the ball. Number 31 did a good job.
Steve Leake, a junior at 5'10", 175, falls on the ball. And so Vineland will have the ball in the last series with only 15 seconds left. Down 23 to 6 down here at Egg Harbor on their homecoming evening. Great atmosphere down here, John. Friday night football, high school football. A lot of energy, a lot of kids involved, and wholesome atmosphere. It's
how about the crowd, Charlie?
A lot of parents down here. And, we have a significant crowd down here from Vineland, but we've seen similar situations at home, but just a wonderful atmosphere on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
With 15 seconds left to go.
Trips left, Charlie. They're going to let one go.
Rolls out to the right, long pass down left. The intended receiver, Jamar Bird,
7 seconds.
Falls down, and it's incomplete.
He threw that ball a long way, Charlie. 10, 20,
About 35
30.
yards in the air.
Yeah.
Jamar Bird, significant and important. And again, as he had been last year and before he was hurt, an important part of this offense was the intended receiver.
Did you see Jamar dressed up in school today?
No, it was dressed, for you folks that don't know, it was a day in which our administration allowed the kids to dress up in costume. There was some buttes there today. You should have seen it. It was wonderful.
Jamar's cute in a dress.
Oh, my. Winchester on the last play of the game.
Shotgun.
Take a shotgun snap. First time this year. A little movement on the left-hand side. And because
it's tough to miss Pareca when he stands up. That young man is a big young man. He stood up and maybe he was in the play. Maybe it was a tackle eligible, but it's tough to miss him.
Well, especially on a high school level when you do something new like that. And that shotgun, which we haven't seen. The timing was off, and we have a 5-yard penalty, bringing up a 2nd and 15 from the 31-yard line of Vineland. They need to get to their own 46-yard line. 7 seconds to go. Score 23-6, Egg Harbor. John Winchester again. Shotgun formation. Next to him is Shearer as the blocking
good
back.
block. Oh. Okay. Get out for another play. Okay. Game's over, Charlie. Game's over.
And so, with no time left, the Egg Harbor Eagles on their homecoming evening proved the more proficient team and come out on top 23-6. John, I thought Vineland played pretty well. As we mentioned before, in all game, offense had some very nice series. Defense was strong at times, a couple times with a breakdown, but kept them in the game. Two strong runners that we heard about lived up to their expectations, Reed and Santiago. The four players we mentioned all game, not only at running back but also at the linebacking position, had a wonderful game. Egg Harbor proving that they are one of the powers in the league and will vie for the championship with Atlantic City and Absegami, come out on top and are now at overall 4-3. Vineland drops to 3-4.
Just to go over the scoring, Charlie, in the first quarter, the